Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that changed the game for me. Every morning when I wake up, I make it a habit to speak to myself before the world tries to speak to me. Because if you don't set the tone for your own life, somebody else will set it for you. I ain't talking about checking your phone or scrolling through the noise. I'm talking about powerful, intentional, life-changing words. Words that will push you, remind you, and redirect you. What you tell yourself when the sun rises, that right there can be the difference between surviving and thriving. The first words you speak in the morning shape your entire mindset for the day. What you say to yourself when you first wake up has the power to create your emotional, mental, and spiritual state before anything else touches your day. That first conversation you have each morning isn't with your spouse, your boss, your children, or your friends. It's with yourself. It's in that quiet moment before the world gets loud. And in that space, the words you speak can either give you strength or strip it away. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's about commanding your mind to focus on possibility, gratitude, and intention. Because if you don't plant seeds of purpose in the morning, weeds of doubt will grow on their own. You can't expect a powerful day if your first words are complaints. You can't walk with confidence if your first thoughts are fear. You can't lead with strength if your first focus is everything going wrong. That's why starting your day intentionally is so important. The words you choose shape your attitude, and your attitude shapes your actions. Think about it like this. If you wake up and say, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing anything today, that becomes your lens. Everything you see that day will pass through the filter of fatigue and discouragement. But if you wake up and say, I'm grateful for another chance to grow, I've got the strength to face whatever's ahead, then you've just set yourself on a whole different track. You've told your mind how to show up and your body will follow. We often underestimate the power of our internal dialogue, but it creates our experience. You can't talk defeat and expect victory. You can't speak weakness and expect strength. If you want a better life, you've got to start by speaking a better language to yourself every single morning. Our words are like seeds. What you say in the morning gets planted into your subconscious, and your day becomes the harvest. If you plant fear, you get hesitation. If you plant gratitude, you get joy. If you plant strength, you get resilience. The difference between someone who rises and someone who stays stuck often begins with what they say before they even leave the bed. This isn't about motivation for motivation's sake. This is about discipline. The discipline of training your mind to follow your intention, not your mood. Because moods are temporary, but your purpose is permanent. So even on the days you don't feel like it, you speak it anyway. Even on the days it's hard, you speak life, speak faith, speak power. Because your feelings will follow your focus, and your focus begins with your words. Most people spend their mornings reacting. They check messages, get on social media, read the news, and let external voices shape their thoughts. But the people who lead their lives with strength and clarity do something different. They speak first. They speak over their day before the day speaks back. They don't wait for confidence, they declare it. They don't wait for peace, they speak it. They don't wait for direction, they speak purpose into their own path. That's the kind of mindset that changes lives. That's how people rise when others are stuck. That's how champions are built. Not just through talent or luck, but through habits. And one of the most powerful habits is choosing your first words carefully. Your first words are like the ignition to your internal engine. If you want to move forward, you have to fuel up right. What you say to yourself in the morning determines how you show up, how you respond to problems, how you interact with others, and how you handle opportunities. It's not magic, it's mindset. and mindset starts with your mouth. Positive affirmations are powerful tools to build self-belief and momentum. Every single day you wake up with the opportunity to either doubt yourself or believe in your own potential. And the words you speak to yourself make all the difference. Affirmations aren't just cute sayings or feel-good quotes. They're declarations of identity, strength, and purpose. When you tell yourself something consistently, your subconscious mind begins to accept it as true. And once your mind believes it, your actions start to follow. People often wait for outside validation to feel worthy, waiting for someone else to approve, encourage, or recognize them. But the truth is, the most important voice you will ever hear is your own. What you say about yourself matters more than what anyone else says about you, because it is constant, personal, and internal. When you affirm your own worth, your mind and spirit begin to align with your words, and that creates momentum. Momentum doesn't always come from massive victories. Most times it begins in the small things, the little wins, the tiny shifts in how you think and speak. When you get up and say, I am worthy, I am strong, I am capable, even if part of you doesn't fully believe it yet, you are planting seeds, and those seeds will grow over time if you keep watering them with consistency. You don't need to feel 100% confident to begin. You just need to choose words that reflect who you want to become. If you speak defeat, your energy will follow. If you speak victory, your actions will rise. Positive affirmations aren't about denying challenges. They're about choosing to focus. Every day brings problems, stress, and resistance, but if your inner voice is trained to speak possibility, you'll find yourself moving through the tough moments with more grace and less fear. Life is already hard enough. Don't let your own words become an extra burden. Affirmations allow you to become your own source of power. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can control what you declare over yourself. Say, I am becoming better every day. Say, I was made for more. Say, I have what it takes to handle today. Because what you repeat becomes your belief, and what you believe becomes your behavior. If you want to change your life, you have to change your language. If you want to change your mood, you have to shift your mindset. Start in the morning before the world speaks to you. Look in the mirror and say what you need to hear. Say what you wish someone else would have told you. Speak healing, speak strength, speak direction. Because the moment you start building yourself with your own words, you stop waiting on someone else to do